I am Casey Christensen. I'm your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in West Kelowna, BC, where it's currently sunny and beautiful. I thought we would play with the happier than happy, and why not do a fun fold? I'm in the mood for a fun fold, so I thought we'd do a fun fold. Nothing too difficult. It's just a great little fun fold. Works like this. So it's the longer version of the card. And it just opens up like this, okay? And then it has another section here that goes like this. All right, so when it opens up, boom, you've got your sentiment inside. So we're going to play with that today, and we're going to play with the Happier Than Happy DSP. I felt that it was a natural for this card, so I'm going to press on with the card. Let's see. So we're going to start with this card. Now I did make templates, so you'll be able to, I'll lay these out after we do the cards, so you'll be able to screenshot these and be able to see what the measurements are going to be. And but basically it's a piece of cardstock that's cut this way today. So we're going to cut it lengthwise, okay, which means that your card base is 4.5 by 11, so I cut it this way off the page, off the sheet, okay? And then you're going to score it at 5.5, and then you're going to flip it and score it, because we like our mountains and valleys to be in the right positions for folding, right? We want to be folding towards our mountains, not towards our valleys. So you're going to score this 5.5, then you're going to flip it, and you're going to score it again at 2 3/4. Is that right? Why doesn't that seem right to me? Sorry. Yes, it is. 2 3/4. Okay, so there you have it. And then our DSP measurements here too. But I will put this down. Then your next piece here, you're going to be cutting at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 for your front sheet. But I will lay these down so that you're able to screenshot them, and you'll have your measurements. Okay, so let's get going. We're going to have some fun and make this gorgeous, gorgeous card. Now, the first thing I did was I took my 12 by 12 inch piece of DSP that came with this suite. The DSP is actually called Happy Forest Friends, and it's the 12 by 12. And I love that all my colors are listed on the back of the 12 by 12, so you know exactly what colors you can use to work with this DSP, what other colors of cardstock that you have that you can use with it. I love that they do that. So the first thing I did was I took my sheet of, and this wasn't a complete sheet, but the first thing I did was I took my sheet of paper, because I need my height of my cardstock for this to be 4 inches. So I just went ahead and did a clear cut across at the 4 inches, okay? And I don't mind that, because you know what? My favorite part of this sheet of paper is this lower section. And then, because Stampin' Up! Paper always has two sides, this is far and away my favorite piece of paper in terms of the more toned down side. There's the very fancy side here, and there's the more muted side. This is my favorite, so I don't mind. I probably won't even use this. I love this paper right here, and I love this section of the paper. So we're going to start with that. We're going to start with my lower section of that paper. And let's just get our card here. You can see I've done my card scoring and cutting as I showed you on the other sheet there. So there we have our pieces. So what we're going to do here along here is we're going to kind of create a little forest. So I'm going to start by cutting a piece off of here that is 2.5 by the height. I've already cut my height at 4, so I don't need to do any more cutting there, but I'm going to cut this at 2.5. Because we're going to build our card front first, and then we'll build our front flap. So this is my first piece at 2.5, okay? And you'll see I've got some border around it, and I'm good with that. Okay, got a little border around there. I'm going to cut a second piece. Let's make sure I can do that first. Yes, I'm going to cut a second piece at 2.5 for my second part of the card. Okay, a second piece at 2.5, so we're looking at 1 piece, 2 piece, and it's a continuous line off the paper so that things match up. And my my next piece, which is this piece over here, that's going to be cut at 5.25. Which just gives me this little sliver left over, which I'm sure I will find something to do with. Okay, so there I've created a little forest there, and I'm going to start by putting that together. So let's get my tape. Oh, come on. And let's start with this piece. We're just going to carefully lay that down. And the next piece, we want to make sure we line up the bottoms of these pieces. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. If you line up the bottoms, then it will be a nice uninterrupted smooth line across the bottom. You have to be very careful to line them up, okay? There we go. And our last piece. Decorate the heck out of this card. So I think we're going to like it. Okay, so next I'm going to do this piece here, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do with this piece. I'm trying to decide, or even if I want, well, let's just start at the beginning and see what we do. I'm going to leave that for the moment. I'm going to stamp some images, okay, things that we can use. So I'm going to start with the Calypso Coral ink for the fox. I know I want to have a fox on here, so let's get out the fox and some Calypso Coral ink, because that just seems to be the right color for this little guy. So we'll just like I usually do, okay, we're going to stamp some components, and then we're going to decide what we want to use of them, okay? And these all have die cuts. Oh, that's a terrible mess. Okay, the good news is cardstock has 2 sides. So these all have die cuts. I wobbled it a little bit. So, and that's something I do fairly regularly. So I'm just going to drop it down there and try not to wobble at all, okay? I do have die cuts for these, so the wobble is not the be all and end all, but there we go. That looks much better. All right, so we've got a fox. Let's have a bear, because of course we're going to have a bear. That just makes sense that we'd have a bear. And the bear is going to be in a Sahara sand. So let's get that out. I love these critters. I absolutely love them. They're just amazing little critters. And we can put our bear right about there. And give him a good hard press. Now you're probably wondering why I'm not using the Stamparatus on these. You know what? You don't need to. They stamp beautifully. I've never had to stamp one twice. Let's have an owl. Why not? We're just going to make a whole bunch of things and then decide if we want to use them or not. We don't have to use them all. Let's make our owl. Let's make our owl in Smoky Slate. gray owl. Because I'm foxy. Well, I try. Kim. Make a little owl there. Oh, he's cute. All these critters are so cute. What else have we got? Oh, some trees. We need some trees. Let's have some trees because they're just so pretty. And I think I'll do those out of Old Olive, which is just a little brighter. This paper uses both Old Olive and Mossy Meadow, but I think the Old Olive is just a little brighter, and I think I like the idea of slightly brighter trees. And they're such cute trees, too. You got to remember you have these trees because for myself personally, I know I'm going to use these trees like in many, many places besides just this stamp set because I just really like them. They're just really cute. What else have we got? We've got stumps. We've got some grassy area, and we've got toadstools and butterflies. We've got so many things in this stamp set. It's such a great stamp set. There's just so many things to choose from. Don't know what sentiment I'm going to do yet, so I'm going to leave them on there for the moment. So we've got some nice grassy. Don't know if we'll use the grass either, but let's just wait and see. Look at all these fun things we have, right? So we've got some leafy stuff. I love the sentiments. We've got, what's that called? It's called a, but let's carry on with this. Let's press on and get some, I think we'll do a soft suede stump. Right now we're just making components to put in our forest. So let's make a stump or two. Stump, there it is. Let's make a stump. And these all have dies, so that's the beauty of this. Oh yes, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's the beauty of this, is that they all have dies. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to use the larger cutting machine, and the reason I'm going to do that is I have my magnetic plate here, and so what I'm able to do with the magnetic plate, first of all, let's stamp some mushrooms, let's stamp some acorn. That's what I was looking for. Yes, that's what I was looking for. So we'll use the Calypso Coral again, I think, for the mushrooms. I think that's the only color that makes sense to me for mushrooms. So let's do that. And we'll get the little tiny stamping block here. And we'll do some mushrooms. So there's a mushroom. And we'll do another one of those. It's a nice size. And then how about we do a little mushroom. There's also a little mushroom here. And I'll just pop that onto the other side of my block because I can do that, right? A little mushroom. Yeah, I think that's cool for now. Let's see what we can do with this. So I'm going to get out my magnetic plate. Okay, just hunting down my dies here, people. Oh, that's not them either. I have several die packets open here. Of this wonderful magnetic plate is no more washi tape. I mean, there's still times that you're going to want your washi tape, but look at what I can do here. Oh, see how I can lay these all out at the same time? This is brilliant. To me, I think this is just brilliant that you can do this, right? I can lay all my things out here and pretty much just go ahead and cut everything all at the same time. What else have I got? Oh, and I've got some other trees. I've got some other trees I can use. Here's my stump. Now I only can cut one of these mushrooms at a time because I only have one die cut. But I can cut this little guy all at the same time. There we go. So look at that. How sweet is that to be able to do that? I'm here to tell you that the instructions on your magnetic sheet, if you get one, your magnetic plate, they're wrong, okay? There's no way you're going to be able to fit in that many plates, and so it's basically 1, 5, and 3. You can eliminate the number 2. So your original plate, your magnetic plate, and one of the plastic plates is all you need, okay? If you try and put an extra sheet in there, you're going to have a problem. It just is too much. All right, so here we are. I got all my little critters all just like that, one fell swoop. There you go. I'll see about that other mushroom, but we'll see if we need it first, okay? So let's get all my die pieces sorted over here so I don't lose them. So I'm sort of winging this card as I go. I had a plan, but now I'm sort of second guessing my own plan. I made this little, I don't know, you call it a diorama, a little arrangement of forest. So we're going to play with this and we're going to add some things. Let's get that out of the way. So my original plan is this piece. But now I'm looking at my little forest and wondering if I really want to do that or not, or if I just want to create on my card. No, I think I'll stick with that. We're just kind of playing as we go. Oh, I've never heard the word crop. As soon as someone said crop, I'm going, what? I had no idea what a crop was. Let me just scroll back and read that a bit. Oh, that sounds like fun. I don't know where Sarson's Beach is, but that sounds like fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this one, I've made my decision. I am going to use this piece just because I want to. So what I'm going to do with this one is, you remember I mentioned that my favorite paper is the opposite side of the birch trees. I absolutely love this paper, okay? So that's why it didn't bother me one bit to cut off the bottom of my birch trees for this portion of my card, because I love this. So this piece here, I've also got, I will lay these templates out so that you can screenshot them if you want to. For my DSP for this, I need 3 by 4 1/4. And my 4 1/4 is my width, and this is directional paper, so let's be clear on that. So I'm going to cut 4 1/4 this way. And then I'll cut my 3 this way, because I want to make sure I have my leaves going in the right direction, okay? We don't need any sideways leaves. They need to be up and down. So here's my piece here. And I think I want them the other way, sort of like, I don't know, like willow trees maybe? Maybe I want them like that, like a willow tree. Yes, I think I do. So let's pop that down. Oh, Lakeshore. Okay, I'm still so new to the area, Debbie, that I kind of stick to my own little area at the moment. I know how to get to the mall, and I don't know too many things yet, but I'm learning it a little bit at a time, right? A little bit at a time. I was thrilled that that retreat was so close to my house, because if I got lost, well then, easy peasy, right? So, that's what we have so far. We're going to build on this. Now, you'll remember that we always want to have a white piece in here for us to be able to write on. I don't know that I'd want to write on these birch trees. I don't know. Maybe I would, but I want to have a white piece in there to write on. I don't know how I'm feeling about this card. I'm feeling like we're hiding too much of the forest. I might not do that. I might change the plan altogether. I want to start putting things down and see what I think. That's how I roll. I pretty much put things down and see where I go from there. So I'm going to start with my little stump here. That's what I'm going to do. It's nothing like having a plan and then completely, ignoring it, right? But that's kind of how I work. I'm going to take my little stump. I'm going to put that down out front here, because I like it so much. Here's my little stump. There we go. And, of course, my owl is going to be sitting on the stump, because that just makes sense to me. So I'll put 2 dimensionals on that because I want it good and stuck down. And just have his little foots. Oh yes, you're new to Abbotsford too, and that's so big, Abbotsford. I taught quite a bit in Abbotsford, and I just remember getting lost all the time. Look at him, isn't he cute? See what I mean? I don't want to cover that up now. This is going to go in the Dexter dish and become a whole new thing because I'm not going to use it. Okay. So it's just going to be a little storyboard. That's what it's going to be, a little storyboard. So we'll put this guy where we can see him. See how that's going to work out like that? We're just going to put him where we can see him. And we'll decide where we're going to have something to write on. It might be over here, but in the meantime, let's play with our creatures and see what we come up with. I'd like to have, let's see, I think several dimensionals on here. Yeah, I hope that there's another one of those day retreats soon, because that was so much fun, and I was actually pretty thrilled to know that it was within 5 minutes of my home, because I was afraid that, you know, what would I do if I forgot something or if I didn't take the right things. I wasn't quite sure where to go with that. So this guy's going to have a lot of dimensionals on him because I want him stuck down really well. So because his paws and his feet are a little smaller, I'm just going to use some smaller, the little mini dimensionals. I'll use those on there. But it was a good time. The food was so good. I was surprised. It was so good. That's a lot of dimensionals, but he's a big bear, right? He's a pretty big bear. So he needs lots of dimensionals, I think. So I want this to look kind of like going for a walk in the forest, right? That's a good idea. So there's only so many ways I can put him. Okay, let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at him. I kind of want him here. I kind of want him to be the feature of this section. Oh, he's very cute, isn't he? I love this set. It's just so much fun to play with. And then the fox will be peeking out because you won't be able to see the fox when it's close. Let's see where the fox will be. Or maybe the fox's nose. Maybe just a portion of the fox will be sticking out. I think that's a good idea. So I got some happy mail today, so I almost threw my plan out the window when I got the happy mail, but I got to focus and try not to do that because I do that too often. So I got the set, the little envelope die. It's really cute. It's brand new in the catalog, and I'm going to play with that one tomorrow. I have a nephew that's having a birthday, so I'm going to have to come up with something, a nice masculine sort of. Let's see where that's going to sit. Okay, a nice masculine sort of birthday card that I want to come up with for him. There you go. He's just peeking out. You can just see his nose when you open the card. Yeah, so I need to make a masculine card. So I'm going to use that He's the Man, which is one of my favorite kinds of things. There's another tree in here that I like. Let's get out this other tree and we'll look in my scrap bin and let's just see. And what has she done with her scrap bin, you say? Well, oh, here it is. No, I don't think I have any of that paper in there, though. Hang on 1 second. Let me grab some. I need old olive paper. It seems to me that I have every color known to man in here, except the one I'm looking for. Okay, what do we got here? It's Mossy Meadow, but there's Mossy Meadow in here too, so that will work. Okay, I'm just going to cut myself one of these. I want to see if I can put this in there somewhere. I really like it. It's a very cool looking tree. All right, let me just pop this through. Because I think it's such a cute tree. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this cute tree. See, I really like this little tree. Maybe I should do two of them. Let's do two. Hi, Shanda. Nice to see you. I'm looking forward to your live tonight. Sounds interesting. Okay. We're just creating a cute little forest scene here, Shanda. Just for a little walk through the forest. I'm going to use some glue on this because it's very small. I can just use some little bits here. Just little dots. And I don't really need to do any out on the edges. I'm just going to do this. Just look up, go to Facebook where you found me, and look up Shanda's Stampin' Spot. I watch Shanda every Monday at 6:30, and it's fun. Hers is a little shorter, which sometimes is a good thing. Thanks, Shanda. I have the I'm going to put the templates up after so that you can screenshot them if you want to. I'm at a bit of a loss for words today, Shanda. I'm having a bit of a brain fog day, but I just decided not to let it get me down. So I'm working through it. So bear with me. This is just way too cute. Okay, what else can we give it? What else can we give it? How about a butterfly? A butterfly would be cute. What did I do with my little bits? I only need the tiniest little bit for a butterfly. Now I'm going to do my butterflies in So Saffron. And we just have the tiniest little butterfly here. So we'll get the tiniest little block. Where are you going, Shanda? Yeah, I just have these, I have these little fogs, but you know, you got to work through them, right? You just got to work through them. So I do. Butterflies, oh, they're so cute. How about a yellow butterfly and a pink butterfly? Blushing Bride is also in the collection of these colors for this paper, so I think that would be a good one. And you know what, just for fun, I'm not even going to clean my stamp off. I want to see what kind of color I'm going to get if I don't clean off the stamp. Oh, not very exciting. So now I'm going to clean it off. Should have done that in the first place, but sometimes I just like to play with it and see what you get if you mix the colors, because sometimes you get some really good colors. And I don't even know if this Blushing Bride's going to be the right kind of pink for a butterfly either, but we'll give it a go. No, I don't really like it. I'm just going to have yellow butterflies. I'll do a couple of yellow butterflies. That works for me. I'm not a big fan of the sort of rusty. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do a Calypso Coral. I just want them to show up more colorful than that rusty sort of pinky color. There we go. Couple of butterflies. Couple of pretty butterflies. You're coming up this way, Shanda? Okay, okay. Okay, there's the tiniest little die in here. It's so tiny, it's easy to lose, so keep track of it. And it's the tiniest little guy for these butterflies. So let's have a couple of butterflies. I don't know if I want to trust that or not, but I'm going to. All right, let's see how we do. Let's see how we do here. Okay, one butterfly. Oh, it's cute. It's cute, it's cute. And two butterflies. Let's give us another one. I got all kinds of stuff stuck to my plates now. All right, one more butterfly. Actually, Debbie, same here. That's why I had the same situation and had I ended up with a few complications in my brain, and so that's exactly what I'm dealing with too. But you know what? It's not gonna stop me from doing what I love. So I just hope that people are understanding, and that's all we can hope for, right? Is that people are understanding and they get it. All right, two little butterflies, two tiny butterflies. One on the front page, I think. And we'll do the Calypso Coral one on the front page, because we want to do the yellow one on the page with the fox on it, because he's already Calypso Coral. So there's a little butterfly here. It's kind of annoying the owl just a little bit. And we got another one over here. And oh, here we are. Yeah, I agree with you. It should, but you'd be surprised when you get into the world of YouTube and Facebook and all that. Some people just have to have their say. But you know what? For me, it's like water off a duck's back. You don't, I'm doing the best I can. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the best I can. Oh, how cute is that? He's got a little butterfly in his hand. So what do we think so far? Do we like this? Yes, you are, Shanda. Yes, you really are. We need to understand people's, you're not in that person's shoes, so you don't, until you fully understand what that person is going through, you need to be kind. And you just need to be kind all the time, anyways, as a general rule. That's just a good idea. All right, so we've got our little guy. Now, I think what we're going to do, I think it needs maybe a few more toadstools, or whatever you want to call them. Some people call them mushrooms. Some people call them toadstools. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, but I know I just want to make some more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some more toadstools, mushrooms. Call them whatever you want to call them. So those will be the Calypso Coral as well, because I do think that's... Now, how is it that I don't have the Calypso Coral when I just used it? I am that clever. Oh, because I put it in the wrong place. Okay, I got it now. Let's just make a few more. Yes, there we are. And let's cut that. And we can do this on the little guy. We'll just use a little washi tape because we can't, I mean, the beauty of the magnetic one is it's great when you can do so many at one time like I did. So many at one time, but I don't really need to do them that way. So let's get this guy out. And I got my plates. I love this little guy. It's like my favorite tool. And we'll get ourselves the 2 dies. There's 2. There's a big one and a little one. So we can at least do 2 at a time. And we'll need a little bit of washi tape on this one because I don't, this is not a magnetic plate. I'm hoping the magnetic plate will come out very soon for the little guy. There's a rumor, but so far nothing. It's in the catalog. You just can't order it yet. Shanda, have you heard anything about that? I love these little mushrooms. They're so cute. All right, let's get 2 little mushrooms going. Also, there's a new catalog coming out very soon, very, very soon. We got a little sneak peek of it. And a new celebration, which is always a fun time of year, right? Celebration, where you get to shop and then you get free stuff based on how much you spent when you shopped. I think celebration is the best thing ever. Great way to collect some fun things for free. Okay, just getting another one ready. I'm sorry I'm out of camera shot, but there's only so much room on my desk. So there we go, a couple more. And then I think we'll do 2 more. And then we'll have a whole little bunch of them. Whole little bunch of mushrooms. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new catalog. There's Christmas things in there, which is good because let's face it, we need to get going on Christmas sooner than later. I have a huge Christmas order to do, so I'm going to need to get moving on things, and I do like to use current things too. Yes, Christmas already. I know, but when you sell cards, you kind of got to get the jump on that, right? Plus, you know, Christmas is really my favorite season, so I like doing Christmas cards. It doesn't really matter what time of the year it is for me. I just like making them. They're just so much fun to make. I love the colors and the, you know, they're just fun. All right, so a couple more mushrooms. And then what else haven't we done? I think the only die we haven't used, we haven't done an acorn. But I don't know if we want to stamp an acorn or let's just try cutting an acorn. Let's see what the acorn looks like. Maybe we just want to cut one, not necessarily stamp and cut. Let's just cut one and see how they look if you just cut them out of the paper. So I got a piece of paper here. Let's try this. This is early espresso. So let's try this and see what our acorn die cut looks like if we just cut it right out of the paper. Where is he? There it is. We got an acorn. And we'll just see what he looks like. He's cute. God, does anybody else have little hexagons absolutely everywhere in their house? I found one downstairs in the laundry room the other day. I don't even know how it gets that. What's this? I do try and do that whenever possible. I try and use my own designs rather than doing the whole, like I have a tendency to do things on Pinterest, which I like. These acorns are adorable. Wait till you see. I need to make some more. I do have a tendency to use Pinterest and whatnot if my brain is not ready to come up with its own plan, but today I'm just kind of winging it. I like wing it days. I'm just kind of doing what I do and hope that it turns into something nice. Oh, these acorns are cute. They're very cute. Where's my pick tool? we'll do a couple of those. The acorns might be something, if I had thought it through, the acorns might be something that you might want to do with the adhesive sheets, because they're very tiny, and we're just going to see how they are to glue. I feel like I want, oh, there's 2 acorns, so I could have cut 2 at a time. There's 2 acorns, people. You can cut more than 1 at a time. But I feel like the acorn should have had a little behind the acorn piece. See what it looks like? It's very cute, but I feel like it should have had a behind the acorn piece so that you could put this piece on a lighter piece. But I don't see anything that fits that bill. There are 2 acorns. There's several leaves, so there's all kinds of different ways that you can do things. But I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Hopefully I'll be able to do it without making a mess. And I'm just going to drop them right there on the stump. Okay. I feel like he could have had some paper underneath them, and I'm looking here, but I'm not seeing any. But it's cute. It's cute anyways. It's cute. All right, so let's do some mushrooms. Well, that sounded bad, right out of the 60s. Let's do some mushrooms, shall we? All right. Let's do some mushrooms. I like the little mushrooms. They're awfully cute. And they look really cool 3D. I've yet to go through this DSP and see if there's things that you can cut out of the paper with the dies. Haven't done that yet. Now, I want to see how big this sentiment is, because I'm wondering if the sentiment can fit behind. And yes, it can. So I'm going to keep the happier than happy for you. I'm going to keep it over there a little bit. So that when you open up the card, you're not going to see it until you open the card fully. Okay? So, what am I going to do? Should I stamp that right on in a dark color, or should I? There's no die cut for it. I have a whole bunch of die sets, but I'm trying to decide if there's anything that would fit that. I don't know that there is. I just don't know that there is. I think I'm going to have to stamp it and then cut around it. I think that's going to be the plan. I'm going to stamp it and cut around it. And I'm going to do it in, let's see. I think I'll do it in the green. I'll do it in Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow is always a good color to stamp sentiments in it, because it always comes out so nice and crisp. So let's try Mossy Meadow. Ooh, I do not have a happy Mossy Meadow stamp pad. I'll put that one aside so that I can. How about soft suede? My Mossy Meadow needs a little re-inking. So let's put that aside so that I'll remember to do that. It's not stamping anything right now, so let me just grab something out of the garbage and clean that up a little. I think it will look good in soft suede though. Yeah, that looks better. Now, I'm going to have to be careful with this one so I don't get any shadows on it. There you go. No shadows. It looks good. I like that. So I'm just gonna cut around it. Sometimes we need to do that because I don't think I have a single. Well, wait a minute. I said that too soon. What about one of these? What about a layering circle? Let's see how that goes. How big would it have to be? Bigger than that. That's too big. I can do that. I can do that, right? Okay, let's do that. But before I do that, no, I'll do this first. But I want a little more something on there. I'm not a big fan of stark white things. So let's cut this first, and I'll do it on the magnetic sheet so I can make sure I have it nice and even. And this is just a scalloped circle, okay? And I'll just place that on there. That's a nice fit. I like that. Hopefully it'll fit behind, oh, and then she drops it on herself and loses the placement. Hopefully it will fit behind that door. I'm just calling it a door because that's what it feels like to me. Hopefully it'll fit behind that door and not show. That's my hope. And we'll see how that looks. All right. Okay, let's get that. And let's see if that's going to work. You should see my space right now. It's hilarious. I actually pulled out something from my quilting to use to make an L shape for my little space, thinking it would give me more room. And all it really does is it gives me more room to make a mess of. So that's how that's going right about now. It's just a great big mess. So maybe Old Olive is a better stamp pad for me to use right now. So I'll use that, and what I want to do is I want to add these cute little leaves. I think these little leaves are super, super cute. So let me get out a silicone mat, if I can find one. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm more organized than I think I am. There we go. And let's put down a little bit of greenery around this because it's the jungle, people, so it would have greenery, wouldn't it? Okay, how about this one? All right, so let's give this a little test because I want to make sure that my stamp pad is good. Yep, that looks good. All right. Oh, for heaven's sakes, look what I did. This is the thing that annoys me more than anything else, is I have a tendency to not really shake, but just, I'm not as steady as I would like to be. So let's do that again. Gonna have to do that again. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh well. Oh well. It's a lesson, right? So let's get that again. I just need to maybe just lay it down and not go anywhere near it. There we go. Now, where's my circle? Just give me a second here to find my circle. There it is. Get my circle and my magnetic plate, and we'll try this again. Okay, and let's see if I can do a better. I really want to put that greenery on because otherwise it just looks a little dull. But let's just see how I go. Okay. All right. Replacement piece. There we go. So let's see if I can do a better job of that. Darn it. Okay. Let's see. And I did the wrong color. Oh dear. Yeah, definitely a brain fart day. Definitely a brain fart day. I'm going to go with the brown. No, I don't want to go with the brown. I hate it when I do this kind of stuff. Okay, wait. Wait, patience, people. All right, I'm going to stamp this and I'm going to get the brown the heck out of my way. That's the mistake I made, was leaving it sitting here. Okay, the brown ink is out of the way. Last time, I promise. I'll get it right this time. All right. Okay, third time lucky. What do you think? Third time lucky. Let's see if we can get this right this time. I do love this sentiment. It's such a great thing to say to someone, right? All right, now I have the right color of ink pad. I'll clean off the top there. Just give that a quickie clean with a Kleenex. Try not to get any ink outside of the leafage. Okay, that's better, right? That looks a little better. I think I want it kind of all around, which is why I've got my sheet down, and I did give it another, yeah, I got another line on it. I'm gonna be happy with it, people. That's just what I need to do right now, okay? It's not terribly noticeable. I know it's there, but there we have it. So now, with our beautiful little yes, and it does fit in there nicely. Okay, so a few dimensionals here. I'm going to say 4. Well, yeah, that one was the bin. That last one. That one was the bin. Sometimes I can actually turn the card over and use the other side, but you know what? Not always. So that one was the bin. Cute. I like it. It's a little forest scene with a happier than happy for you. Now, just between you and me, those of you who know me, you know I'm taking that off before I post this card and redoing it, but I don't want to waste your time here now. So, last thing we need is maybe some embellishments. I'm trying to decide what kind of embellishments would work on this particular card. Let's just see what we got. I don't even know if I have anything in the right colors for this card. So we might need to go with something rather generic. Or what about these? These are opal rounds. They're in color opal rounds, but the colors will work. So we can use those because they're still current until 2023. I can't believe I'm saying 2023. But yes, they're still current until then. So yeah, let's look at these. I think maybe the yellow ones only. I think the yellow ones only will work with this. So I'm going to use the yellow ones. Oh, they're cute. They're cute. Okay, there you have it. There's a little forest card. Okay. I am going to redo this before I post the card. I'm not 100% happy with it, so I'm going to redo it. However, there's the card, and I'm just going to lay out, right now I will lay out the templates so that if you'd like to, you can, actually I kind of like this one better. Yeah, I kind of like that one better. I might put that one on. If you'd like to, you can screenshot the dimensions and the instructions for this card. I can dig them out from the big mess I've made. So there's the first part of the card. Now, we didn't use this part, but I'll put it here in case you want it anyways. My original intention was this card was going to be a fun fold that went a little bit like this, but it just didn't seem to lend itself well to what I was doing here, so I left it off. But that is the measurement for it if you want it. Okay. And these are the instructions, the card, and the measurements. So if you wanted to screenshot that, you could. I won't keep you any longer. I am going to add a few more mushrooms and change that sign. Change the happier than you. Thank you, Shanda. And then I'm going to go off. My husband's got a chicken in the set it and forget it, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to go off and have some dinner. And I hope you all enjoyed that. It was really fun to be with you today. And I will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock, where I'm going to play with a new set of dies that I just got in the mail to make some cute little envelopes. So until then, thank you for joining me. Bye for now.